Good morning, Rickey. Good morning, everyone. So I have a slightly controversial question. If you are getting married soon, like 2020 or after, must you take your husband's last name? Do you hyphenate the name, or do you not even change your name at all? So I guess my real question is to you men, as a man, would you be offended if your new or soon-to-be bride preferred not to change her name, not to hyphenate her name, or maybe even suggest you take her name?
Well, my wife's name been hyphenated the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
So 20 years ago, you didn't even change the name. Do you have her name too, Kay?
No, she just hyphenated her name, and I mean, it never was a big deal to me. I know she don't like me that much, so, you know.
Well, yeah, that's
What'd
true.
you say, Gary?
I think hyphenating is if you hyphenate it is real cute, but if I was a woman, if he's not well off and, making a decent salary and good money, but I still love him.
It has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does. I'm keeping my last name because I'm not going to get your last name, and you're already broke and not really doing much.
But you're going to marry him.
What I just said, y'all not listening. I said, but I still love you. I still love him and stuff like that, but we just not changing my name.
Got to do it. I'm talking about frustration.
Okay, I'm not going to, you don't have to take the doggone last name. Because if a woman's profession, if her name is Dr. Smith, I'm not changing my name to Dr. Jones. Well, if my name was Smith, that's my professional name.
My ex-wife, she sure didn't. My ex-wife, she didn't take my last name.
She didn't?
I didn't. I mean, I was a little taken back by it, but so she was like, you got to choose. I'm keeping my last name. And boy, when she turned around and walked off, I looked at that ass. I said, no, you straight. You can keep your last name.
Well, at least you admit that you was a little taken aback. The thing is
a lot of times, like one of my very good friends, Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia Bailey has been married before, and she is a famous woman that has made her brand by her name. So if she doesn't change her name or if she chooses to hyphenate, I think it's kind of understandable. Even when back in the day, do you guys remember when Jada Pinkett became Jada Pinkett Smith? It was so weird for a couple of years to add that Smith on there. But now that's how we know her.
Yeah.
Right.
Jada Pinkett Smith. So I think when you're older...
it just depends on your religion and... You know what I'm saying?
Depending on how traditional you are, too. Like, I'm not
Right.
that traditional, so it didn't really even it wasn't even a big deal with me.
It's something about your spouse having
Traditions
your
aren't
name.
always good. Or always... just because we used to do it.
I'm just saying, it's something about your spouse that to have your name just to say, man, I not only I love you, but I really want to be with you for the rest of my life, and they adopting your last name. That make you feel good as a man.
Yeah, then after you cheat on it, you got to keep that damn name, too.
No, you don't have to keep the name, Gary. You can change the name. It's called a name change. I was happy to give my last name away. I'm happy to I changed my whole name. I do not go by Pickford, even though we pig's feet. I am not Pickford. I am so happy to let my mama have that name by herself and all my new sister-in-laws, and I am happily a Sterling. So I agree with you, Rock.
Yeah.
What you say, Rick?
Yeah, I think you should. I don't agree with all tradition, but that's not a bad tradition having your wife take your last name, because, she's proud. And you the man, you the head of household, you're a provider, you're a loving father or whatever, or at least wait 5 years and then change it.
But this is my last question
how it go.
With that. If you do choose to allow your wife to keep her last name or to hyphenate, what do you name the kids? Do the kids take the father's name solely, or are they off hyphenated often?
The kids all got my name because I pay for them, so they belong to me.
Yeah, the kids should have.
I got the receipts.
But on the other hand, too, it depends on the size of the ring, too. If your last name is Smith, honey, you give me a ring the size of a honey, no.
Yeah,
so the kids going to have the last name of their granddaddy, their mama's daddy, instead of their own daddy.
Wait up. Their mama's daddy.
What? Their mother's father.
Are you thinking?
The mother's father, right?
That would be their grandfather.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of having the name of their own, they got their own dad. So why did they last name after the maternal grandfather?
Well, they could have their last name.
Well,
Gary,
see, the reason why this came up. is I saw Instagram the other day of a young man in about his early 40s. He proposed to his beautiful girlfriend of years, and it's super excited. And first thing she let him know was that she was going to go ahead and keep her last name. And he is very upset about it. Said that she either takes his name or nothing. No hyphenation, none of that stuff. So some people feel very strongly about their family name and that lineage.
Now, what are you about to say about Gary's side brothers?
Yeah, what'd you say?
Who last name did they take?
He did not. That's one thing my daddy made very clear to me, that he did not have our last name. So he got his mama name.
Your side brother.
Yes. Or whatever you want to call it.
Why
So he
y'all
got his
do that
mama
boy
name.
like that?
Girl, who? Us?
It's not his fault.
Well,
I mean,
but it's his mama's child.
So?
Well, she gave him her last name. So you have your mama last name, honey. He did not have, and my daddy made sure he did tell me that he did not have our last name.
Gary,
And you know,
get in the
maybe
car and
that's
go
a sad
off the
thing.
corner.
So,
Get out
but
They rode in the limousine to the funeral. They was in the limousine.
Well, we did that. But, you know, I mean, and your name got put in the paper. You was telling you.
I was there because I was trying to say, because I thought I had miscounted because I counted y'all when y'all walked in. And I said, damn, man. I kept looking at the obituary and trying to look up and trying to match everybody on the obituary. I said, then I found out later on, but we will talk about it another day. I don't want to put all your business.
Oh, no, hell, it was public knowledge.
It's already out there.
It was already
Y'all
out
give it
there.
up for Eva's Corner.